Players at level 50 and higher will get a button that allows them to access the last played campaign location with a single tap. Okay, so normally, what was that again? So normally we'd go battle, campaign, scroll over. Scrolling over is kind of a nuisance. And then click and we're there. We're ready to go. That's 4 clicks with a scroll in there. Hey, we found it. That's what they meant by speeding up the game. Remember when they put out that thing about don't use the speed engine because we're going to find ways to make the game faster for you to play? They did it. That's it, guys. That's all you get. Pre-save teams and skills are it. Like, this is going to be the biggest. It's not even like a huge update. For us as gamers, I feel like this is one of the biggest updates that we've been waiting for a long time. That's really going to change the shape of the game, especially the skill stuff right here. Opener, will only use it as an opener. We've seen all these pictures of this. Don't use it all. First, second, and third choice. So skill priority here. This is going to be so great for us. So currently in the game, we get this playtime rewards. 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. It seems like a lot. 180 minutes? I mean, damn. So now we're going to get 90 minutes greater arcane potions. That's nice. And I'm glad we're getting this additional silver. But these arcane potions are pretty cool. We could have had me. I could have done a picture of me just like this and put it right next to him. Right here. Damn. And I could have been wearing it the whole time. Damn it. We missed a good one. Next time. For sure, when I get him leveled up, nothing's changed on him. Increased attack in all battles by 35%. So nothing changed on him. Where is our Skinwalker love? Why do Shadowkin come out and Shadowkin gets all this amazing stuff and Skinwalkers can't get anything? Attack one enemy, then attacks the enemy with the highest turn meter. So we can attack one person, and then we can always target the person that we think has the highest turn meter anyways and get 2 hits here. We'll attack the same enemy twice if the initial target also has the highest. Well, that's what I just said, right? The second hit has a 50% chance to decrease the turn meter by 15%. That's pretty snazzy. Attacks all enemies. We have a 100% chance to place a decreased accuracy debuff, decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, and a 100% chance to decrease each turn meter by 15% on a 3-turn cooldown. Remove 1 random buff from each enemy. Then we've got a 100% chance to block buffs, debuffs for 2 turns on each enemy who have buffs removed. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 15% and places increased accuracy buff. Man, they're really into this increased accuracy buff, aren't they? They are really getting into the increased accuracy, which is cool. The decreased accuracy. Okay, fills the turn meter of all allies by 50%, place an increased accuracy buff, and a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Because we're getting a turn meter boost, increased accuracy, and speed. Holy crap. This is actually super strong for Arena. This is like the reverse Siphi, right? Siphi gives you all those buffs that are defensive, right? Block, debuffs, increased speed, little bit of turn meter. This is the equivalent of a reverse Siphi or different Siphi. We're getting the 15% turn meter increase, we're getting the speed buff, and now we're getting increased accuracy. That is strong. It honestly is a moot point though, because then you're just going to hit somebody that has the reaction accessories and then has, what else? Actually, it's not. We just use Prince Kymar. We just use Kymar with her. I don't know. This girl seems sweet, man. And she has the highest base speed in the game. She has the highest base. Whoa, you test server people. I mean, if you had everybody else fast enough, you wouldn't need to bring another booster. But usually you bring somebody like this, right? You have them go, or you have somebody else go, like your Lysandra or your Arbiter. Then you have them go to do all this kind of stuff. Again, it's going to be pretty sweet. Whenever this champion is placing a debuff on an enemy, also decrease the enemy's turn meter by 5%. Holy crap. So if they did have a buff, say they did, like say the enemy team has a immunity set on or a shield, just a shield buff. Say one of their team has a shield buff on, she's got crazy accuracy. I'm assuming she's gonna do, yeah, she's gonna do this first part first, so she needs to have good accuracy regardless. She's already got the speed, amazing accuracy. She removes their shield, she removes their immunity, then puts block buffs on them. When she does that, she's going to lower their turn meter a little bit. Whenever this champion or ally receives a debuff, fills the turn meter. Wow, she is nuts. Fills the turn meter by 5% of each debuff received. She is crazy. And then she's going to increase our turn meter just like Siphi does by 15%. Instead, she's giving us increased accuracy and increased speed. And the highest base speed in the game. Woo! Your Lysandra's giving you weird looks right now. She's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Is Doom Tower. Yeah, it's weird that she has a Doom Tower speed lead, but she's got enough. She's got enough if she's got the fastest base speed. She's fine. And decreased accuracy. Oh, because she's decreasing and decreasing speed. She's going to be amazing in the Doom Tower. Not only is she increasing our speed, increasing our accuracy, she's decreasing their speed, decreasing their accuracy, and turn meter all around. This is off, whenever you have an aura like this, it goes off of your base speed. So everybody, let's just say everybody on your team's base speed is 100, you're gonna get 30 additional speed. All other speed buffs though, this increased speed buff, well, you're saying because of that? Well, yeah, we are getting a speed buff off of her as well if she's your fastest, so everybody on your Doom Tower team could be very slow. Probably slower than 200, as long as she's always ready to go every wave. Every wave, if she's ready to go with this 4-turn cooldown and with her lead, you could go in there with some very low speeds. Okay, over here on this guy, we've got a Shadowkin Force Legendary. Attack one enemy, we've got a chance to decrease the duration of 2 random buffs on the target for 1 turn. If the target is under a Fear or True Fear debuff, we've got a chance to decrease the duration of all the target's buffs by 1 turn instead. All right, that's an A1. That's a respectable A1, I'll take it. A2 here, we attack one person, ignore 30% of the target's defense, fills this champion's turn meter by 25% after the attack. Okay, and this is on a 2-turn cooldown, mind you. If the target is under Fear or True Fear debuff, decrease the cooldown of Dismay skill by 1 turn. Which one? This one. All right, so this is a 2-turn cooldown to decrease this A3 by another turn. And we do ignore 30% of the target's defense, and we fill this champion's turn meter by 20%. On a 2-turn cooldown, it's pretty damn snazzy. Although it is single target. But we do have an AoE here where we have a 100% chance to decrease each of the target's enemy's turn meter by 20%. If they're enemies under Fear or True Fear debuffs, we'll also fill this champion's turn meter by the amount of those enemies lost. This is AoE. So this guy could easily take an additional turn. 5 enemies. All it takes is 5 enemies out there and he's about to take another turn, depending on where their ticks are. You know, they can go over 100%. So, but still, damn, 2-turn. This is on a 3-turn AoE, and then you're going to lower this if there's Fear or True Fear out there. So all we got to do is place True Fear or Fear on there. Obviously, it's good that they have things like this in the game because it makes them really strong against non-bosses. But against bosses, since we can't Fear or True Fear them, it keeps them in line with those, right? But to decrease their turn meter, since this is not irresistible, we're going to have accuracy for that. But we could run him without it. If we just wanted to go full damage, we could run him without it and not worry about this extra turn here. It's possible. We'll see. Okay, this guy is an epic. You know I love epics more than legendaries. You know, we have an easier chance of getting them. Decrease, this is attack based again. Decrease the target's turn meter by 50% if the target is under decreased defense, decreased speed, okay? Places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks all enemies, and we've got a chance to decrease their defense, all right? This guy seems like he's going to slap too, but again, an attack-based champion that does decreased defense, we get the increased attack. That's great. We don't have to worry about bringing in somebody to buff him up. So he's going to hit hard on this skill. I'm sure the multiplier on this is going to be a 4, but being that he's an epic, if they screw him up because he's getting this increased attack, it's not going to be cool. Then attacks all enemies. Okay, so we got an AoE here, and then we got a single target here. I'm sure this guy's going to hit insanely hard for an attack-based epic champion. But where in this game have we been using an attack-based epic? Can anybody tell me where we really use a lot of attack-based, fragile epic champions in this game? Okay, Coldheart, yes, but she's actually doing a job, and we do it with a comp that tears through everything, and then we use her for a big hit in turn meter reduction. Doom Tower Secret Rooms, okay, we could use them in Doom Tower Secret Rooms. An attack, well, Rotos doesn't die like these guys die. Rotos doesn't get bent over like all these attack-based champions do. You just build tanky, right? You do just build tanky, but if you built this guy tanky, there'd be no use for it. Like, this guy is specifically a real attacker. This guy is going to do, I can imagine that this guy is going to do an insane amount of damage. He's buffing himself to do damage galore, so I'm sure his multipliers are going to be high, and he's going to do great damage AoE, great damage single target. Attack one enemy 2 times, place an extra hit if the target is under freeze debuff. Heals the champion by 10%. Oh, we're going to play this game with a Chak? We play this guy with a Chak or something? Somebody gives us some freeze. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 100% chance to apply a freeze debuff for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. Not the most exciting epic to attack 3 times at random and only have 100%. Not even, he's like not even coming anywhere near a Chak, right? Will ignore defense, increase defense and shield buffs. Okay, so he's just going to ignore increased defense and shield buffs if they're under freeze. Ignore fit. Remember, champions under freeze though, enemies under freeze take 25% less damage. Right? It's 25% less, so he's going to ignore 50% defense. It's still going to be a good hit. He's going to ignore shields and increase defense buffs on them. Places a counterattack buff and a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. Oh, counterattacks with cold comfort. Oh, that's the first one. Not sold on this guy. Anybody sold on this guy? Can you give me some scenarios where Gory, he sucks in the bin? Faction Wars? Yeah, Faction Wars, right. Okay, you let me know. You let me know if something cool pops up. Counterattack buff, an attack-based champion. You're just going to get laid out, and then, I don't know. This guy looks cool. Oh, hey, we got a Lizardman. Places a decreased speed debuff. Attacks all enemies. We got a 100% chance to steal 1 random buff from each enemy on a 3-turn cooldown. That's pretty strong. We get to steal a buff. Removes all debuffs from all allies, then places a block debuffs buff and a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. We're getting a block debuff for 2 turns. Okay, now this is really good because there aren't a lot of epics out there that gives us block debuffs for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. There really aren't. We've got very few epics out there. A lot of even epics usually do it for 1 turn, block debuffs. So now we've got another epic that gives us block debuffs for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. And will already remove. This is really strong. Because then again, we don't have a lot of epics that really remove all of them and do it as well. And a shield for 20% of his max HP. I hope he has really good HP. And he's Force. He's Void Affinity. So I hope he has really high HP. And immunity for Clan Boss? I don't know about for Clan Boss because we can't slow speed. He's probably not going to do damage based off of defense. If he does damage based off of defense, we can think about the Clan Boss for him. But he does have an AoE that steals. That's pretty good for the Clan Boss too, but could be. The shields aren't going to be insane. Whenever it's 20% of max HP, they're not insane. They're still good. Not crazy enough to like soak up a Clan Boss smash. But block debuffs is good for the stun, sure. And we get to remove debuffs. He's going to be strong. For sure, the Nether Spider, for sure going through anything else that gives us any kind of problems with debuffs, and we want to keep it off. But the removal alone is great. Block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn whenever their HP drops below 30%. Okay. Increased resistance in all battles. Again, a very good aura for the Doom Tower. What is that? What? It almost looks like... Okay, so I watched 300. I watched 300 a couple nights ago. And I skipped through all the boring back of the city stuff. I only watched the battles of 300. Tell me that doesn't look like a Hippo Xerxes. That looks exactly like a Hippo Xerxes to me. Attack 1 enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 10% chance of placing a stun debuff. Places a 50% increased attack buff for and a 30% increased crit rate buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay, so we're getting a 3-turn cooldown and we're just applying buffs without an additional turn. I really don't like moves like this. He's a Skinwalker, which we just said earlier, we need Skinwalkers, but resist in all battles. Okay, that's pretty strong, though. Just for the revival for Skinwalkers. Yeah, right? Skinwalkers is finally getting a... Because I was thinking Broadmaul. When I was reading through this, I'm like, oh, like this is like Broadmaul, right? Except we're not getting like the speed. Kind of like Broadmaul. It's a Faction War Skinwalker Broadmaul guy. And then instead of the freeze that Broadmaul has on his A1, we're getting a stun. And the resistance aura is welcome, especially in Faction Wars. Yeah. Is this a rare? Oh, it is a rare. Okay. Hey, we're going to get some rare love. I didn't realize this was a rare at first. It's a void rare. It's going to heal itself by probably nothing, right? Because we're not going to have it doing crazy damage. But it is going to heal a second person. The lowest person can't do itself by 10% of its max HP. So that's respectable. Very respectable for a rare. And then we're going to get a shield buff on this champion to protect itself. 20% of its max HP. It better have... If it's got, like whoever designed this champion, if this champion has 12,000 HP, it's going to be a joke. A complete joke. This champion better have at least 15, and 15 is a low end, right? 15 is still a low end. 15k HP, upwards to 19k HP. We've got some uncommons. We've got some rares at 20k HP, 19k HP, 18k HP. So it's not unreasonable to assume that. I hope this has 18k HP. And then it at least get a decent shield, and it's only absorbing 25% of the other allies, which really isn't a bad thing. Some of these champions that we have nowadays that absorb 50% of other people, and we get them in a hard spot, like with the Eternal Dragon or an Ice Golem even, that absorbs too much. We don't necessarily need that absorb, and it kills them. It just takes up too much damage, they die, right? Miscreated Monster and Ice Golem taking a big smash. Maybe this is the hero we've all needed. 3-turn cooldown. 2 turn, 3 turn cooldown. Will also heal all allies except this champion by 10% of their max HP. This is the rare we've always needed. So we attack one enemy. We've got a chance to place a weaken, a lower weaken. Increase the duration of all allies buffs by 1 turn. Now we have a rare that has a 3 turn cooldown to extend buffs, which is stronger than the other rares we've had. Just to extend, if we needed to. But then we're putting in place this crappy rare, so I don't know. We'll see. On a 3 turn cooldown, he gets to place a 5% poison for 1 turn. Go Assassin. And not even a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all debuffs on the enemy by. Why a 75% chance on a 3 turn cooldown? Increase the duration of all debuffs on the enemy by 1 turn. On a 3 turn cooldown, but not 100% chance to do it though. That's what gets me. That's what really gets under my skin. And you know this guy is not going to be like some clan boss. This guy is an attack base. He's a rare. He's probably going to have 13k HP, 750 defense. So all arena and all clans. Now this is going to be kind of nice, right? When we're going through 3v3 to have the auto battle on. Players at level 50 and higher will get a button that allows them to access the last played campaign location with a single tap. Okay, so normally, what was that again? So normally we'd go battle, campaign, scroll over. Scrolling over is kind of a nuisance. And then click and we're there. We're ready to go. That's 4 clicks with a scroll in there. Hey, we found it. That's what they meant by speeding up the game. Remember when they put out that thing about don't use the speed engine because we're going to find ways to make the game faster for you to play? They did it. That's it, guys. That's all you get. Game fixed. Game speed is fixed. That will save you so much time throughout your day. It's just like doing everything faster. I'm telling you right now, if you ever question them and say, "Hey guys, you said you were going to speed up the game and make it better for us so that we didn't have to spend so much time in this damn game. Where is it?" They're going to direct you to that.